Welcome to today's lesson, which is about common factors. The goals of today's lesson are that you can explain what a common factor is. You can explain what the greatest common factor of two numbers is, and you can find the greatest common factor of two numbers. So factors are the numbers you multiply to get another number. So let's look at 75. What numbers would we multiply to get 75? We could say 1 times 75 is 75. We can't divide 75 by 2 and get another whole number factor to give us 75, but we can divide it by 3. 3 times 25 equals 75. We can't divide it by 4, but we can divide by 5. 5 times 15 equals 75. And then as I continue through the numbers, 4, 6, 7, 8, I can't divide 75 by any of those. Can't divide it by 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can divide 75 by 15. But we already have that in the row above, so that means we're finished. When we come around to having the same numbers again, it means we're done. So factors of 75, if I was to put them in numerical order, are 1, 3, 5, 15, 25, and 75. Those are all the factors of 75. Now let's find factors of another number, let's say 30. And again, I would have 1 times 30 is 30. I can divide 30 by 2. 2 times 15 is 30. I can divide it by 3. 3 times 10 is 30. I can't divide 30 by 4 and get another whole number factor. I can divide it by 5. 5 times 6 is 30. And continuing then, 6 times 5 is 30, and I already have that in the row above, which means I'm finished. So to put these in numerical order, I would have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. So those are the factors of 30. What are the common factors between the two numbers? So the common factors I am going to actually highlight. So 1 is a common factor of both of them. 3 is a common factor. 5, 15, and then 25 and 75 are not common factors, and looking under 30, 2, 6 and 10 and 30 are not common factors. So the common factors are 1, 3, and 5 and 15. And the greatest common factor means the highest number. The greatest common factor, the highest number of the factors is 15. So here you saw how to find the factors for two numbers, list out their common factors, and then find the greatest common factor. Another way to organize your work is to divide these repeatedly. So let's start with 75. And what's the lowest number I can divide 75 by? I can't divide by 2, I can divide by 3. So 3 times 25 is 75, and I can divide 25 by 5, and I get 5 times 5, and then I can divide that by 5 again and get 1. Let's look at 30. I can divide it by 2. 2 times 15. I can divide that by 3 and get 5. I can divide that by 5 and get 1. When I get to 1, I stop. So to find the greatest common factor then, I find what's common on both sides. And there's a 3 here and a 3 here and a 5 here and a 5 here. So I multiply 3 times 5 equals 15, and that is the greatest common factor. So that's a structured way to find the greatest common factor. You won't find all the factors here, but you'll find the greatest common factor. For example, we did not find that 10 is a factor of 30, but we found the greatest common factor pretty quickly. To go back to the previous screen, you can list out all your pairs of factors, and that way you'll find all the factors. It just takes longer. If you're just looking for the greatest common factor, you can do the division by the lowest possible number until you get to 1. So now let's look at solving a problem. So Shauna and Alex baked 18 pumpkin cookies and 24 cat cookies for a Halloween bake sale. They're packaging them in bags and they want all the bags to be the same. How many of each cookie should they put in the bags? So if they put everything into one bag, I'm going to label the column bags, there would be 18 pumpkin cookies and 24 cat cookies in the bag. But they probably don't want to sell all of them in one bag like that. So what can I divide both 18 and 24 by? I can divide it by 2, them both by 2. So if I had 2 bags, or if they had 2 bags, there would be 9 pumpkin cookies in each bag and 12 cat cookies. How about if they wanted to divide them into 3 bags? We can divide 18 and 24 by 3. So if they had 3 bags, 3 times 6 is 18 and 3 times 8 is 24. They can't divide 18 by 4 or 5, but they can divide both 18 and 24 by 6. So if they divided their cookies amongst 6 bags, there would be 3 pumpkin cookies and 4 cat cookies in each bag. 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24. They can't divide by 5, 6, or 7, 8. They can't divide 18 by 8. They can divide 18 by 9, but they can't divide 24 by 9. So I think this is all of the combinations of cookies that they could have and have the same number of cookies in each bag. They can have 6 bags with 3 pumpkin cookies and 4 cat cookies, or the other combinations that you see laid out on the table here. So when calculating the greatest common factor, first list all of the factors. It's helpful to organize the factors so that it is easy to spot common factors, and I'd like to take you back and show you that. You saw how I organized them here and use a highlighter pen to find the common factors. And you saw how I used tables of numbers here and then used a highlighter pen to find common factors. And when problem solving, label your work so you can explain it to someone else or go back and check it. So for example, here I labeled bags, pumpkin cookies and cat cookies. So today you saw what a common factor is, what the greatest common factor of 2 numbers is, and you can find the greatest common factor of 2 numbers. And that's the end of today's lesson.